The 2019-2020 Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship has come to an end. 8 races across the Northern Hemisphere on 3 levels of competition to find the junior, women's and men's world champions. In the women's category, Canada's Jacqueline Leger and America's Amanda Trunzo battled again all season, but with a new wave of riders challenging for race wins. For the men, Cameron Nars was looking for a record 4th world title, but last year's runner-up Kyle Croxall and the Delago brothers from Austria did everything to stop the reigning champion. Let's look back at one of the most competitive seasons in the history of the sport.
Hey everyone, it's Jacqueline Leger here. It's Christmas Day and I am just packing up to leave for Judenburg for the first race of the season. We'll see you there.
Hello everyone and welcome to the first race of the Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship 2020. We're here in beautiful Judenburg, Austria for the ATSX 500 level event where the winner will walk away with 500 points in their attempt to get the World Championship title. Reigning Women's World Champion Amanda Trunzo won this race last year.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's always fun to see how your off-season training has paid off. So to be out here in Judenburg for the ATSX 500, I'm really excited.
The 2 title rivals met in the semi-finals, together with the fast-improving Swiss racer, former figure skater Anaïs Moron.
And on this very narrow track, it's anybody's game. Let's see how this semi-final heat number 1 will break down. Here we go. Good solid start by all of the ladies here, as it is Jacqueline Leger with the hole shot, taking a tight line from that third gate position and blocking to take over the lead. Anaïs Moran digging down deep to try and find a good draft behind Jacqueline Leger and looking to try and slingshot around her, and here she goes. She moves to the outside, then the inside. She takes over the lead from Jacqueline Leger. On board with Amanda Trunzo now, who also passes Leger and puts her into an elimination spot in 3rd place as they come towards the wall ride. Anaïs Moran around first, Amanda Trunzo right there with her, Jacqueline Leger trying to find the legs, but she doesn't have it, and she comes across in 3rd place. So Amanda Trunzo keeps her hopes alive, but Anaïs Moran, what a race for her, makes a great pass at the end to win it. Here in that critical left hand to right hand, it's a little bit of a tricky one because there's 2 rollers that goes down and then down again, and you really need to keep your edges here heading towards that wall ride.
It was a really tight race the entire way, so it was a good challenge, and I was in the lead for a bit and then got past, and then really tight all the way to the end.
With Leger not making it to the final, Trunzo was the clear favourite going into the last heat of the day.
Yeah, I didn't really have the start out of the gate that I wanted to, so I need to come out of there a little bit hotter, but that to me was a final. So, now I'm in the final and now it's just fun. So hopefully you can take the win.
Justine Zona on the far right-hand side in the white, far left-hand side from Switzerland, Anaïs Moran, and of course the reigning champ, Amanda Trunzo, in the all-black set.
5 seconds warning.
Great start as we get on board with Veronica Windisch, and she is right there behind Amanda Trunzo. Amanda Trunzo is trailing Anaïs Moran, who had a fantastic start out of the gate. And look at the speed these women are flying at. They are ripping down this course. Justine Zona trying to find some sort of speed from back in the 4th position, but it doesn't look like she's going to do it. And Anaïs Moran has actually increased the space between herself and Amanda Trunzo. Now the question is, can she stay on her feet through this critical section? And it looks good. Amanda Trunzo in 2nd place behind Anaïs Moran, and Anaïs Moran wins the first race of the season, taking home 500 ATSX points, and that means heading towards the big ATSX 1000 races, she'll have a good bank of points for herself, as she's going to be excited about winning this one.
I was stronger than last year mentally. Even if I felt somebody, I
I was thinking I can stay first. And the last year I was just thinking, oh, okay, they may be better. So I felt very good on my skates and in my head, and that's what made me win.
Amanda Trunzo in second place will also have some good points towards her bid to repeat as the world champion. But boy, based on today, it's going to be a tough job. So let's see how it pans out.
In the men's category, the racing was exciting from the season start, and as expected, the local heroes Luca and Marco Delago made it to the finals.
So final now with my brother and Titov and Urban. This is as good as it can be. Home race, final with my brother. People are here, weather is nice, so I'm really looking forward to that. I give everything now.
And now it's up to the men to load this gate. So we see the Delago boys there getting a little bit of support from their papi, Willie Delago, our start official. On the far right-hand side, we've got Michael Urban. On the far left-hand side, German Titov. Great start. Wow, look at Michael Urban once again. A really hard push to the inside. Can he find that line? Luca Delago slips in behind him. He does find the line. Marco Delago passes his brother on the inside. No brotherly love on course here. If Luca can take his brother out, he will. Michael Urban out in front. What speed by Marco Delago around the outside, gliding a couple of quick pushes, and then it gets tight into this corner here. Michael Urban tangles up with the wall. Luca Delago sneaks onto the inside. Luca blocks him on the uphill skate, and it's going to be Marco Delago first, Luca Delago second, Michael Urban third, and German Titov fourth. What a fantastic battle that was. Best race of the day, and as expected, that race happens in the final, and the favorite wins it here. Unbelievable.
Well, that was the most fun heat I've ever had in my life. I was battling with Michael Urban the whole first straight, then we kind of tangled and Marco passed us both. And then on the scariest section I didn't brake for a long time, and I didn't crash fortunately, and then like Michael Urban was right there with me, so I just had to fight till the end, and Marco won, so it was a sick run. Yeah, it's awesome.
Luca Delago won this event last year. He comes in second this time, and Marco Delago, his older brother, wins it this time around. And here we are with the overall standings after the first event of the season. Marco Delago in the lead with Luca Delago right behind him, and Michael Urban, a fantastic third place with 400 points.
Amazing that we have ice today, since there was no ice a few days ago. And now this result with Luca in second, me in first. I'm pretty stoked. First race of the season to have such a start.
Hey everyone, Cameron Nas here. The 2020 Red Bull Ice Cross season has finally arrived. I skipped the first race of the season in Judenburg, Austria, but I leave for Prelude, France tomorrow morning. Hopefully I can get a good result and be well on my way to winning my 4th world title.
This is Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship action, and hello everyone, welcome to Prelude, France for the second ATSX 500 race of the season. The local organizers have done a fantastic job of building up this beautiful track here in Prelude, and we're looking forward to seeing the action go down on it soon.
This is fun. It's really fun. Being at a ski resort, the track here, you assume they're going to make it kind of skier cross-like, so it's really flowy, a lot of speed, not a lot of skating, and yeah, it's been fun. Hopefully the ice gets smoother, but I'm enjoying it.
Unfortunately, come race day, the sun was out. Good for the spectators, but difficult for the natural ice track. The organisers and athletes worked together to fix the weak spot, adding plastic boards to strengthen the step up.
The step up faces, the sun a lot, and the sun is really bright today, and it's plus temperatures now. So the ice really turned into snowy, slushy ice, which is not skatable. And so we needed to find a solution for that, which is we took some of the boards we normally use as the sidewalls, because the plastic is very glidey and it works to skate over for a little bit. And we just put them there now as kind of artificial ice.
All right, well, it's all going to come down to whether the riders can get over this thing. First test is here, and looks not too bad. So we should be able to get race action underway.
While the solution worked, there was no time for the athletes to train on the new surface, and this cost Judenburg winner Marco Delago, who went out in the first round.
Had a good start in my heat, and I just went really fast because I felt good. And then on the step up, I just lost my balance to the back and just wiped out. Flew forever on my butt, and yeah, after that it's flat, so your speed is gone and people come from behind. Shouldn't do that.
All right, men's final here with Luca Delago, Killian Brown, Dmitry Merlichkin, and Cameron Nas. Another great start by Cameron Nas. Luca Delago battling from the far side to slide in behind Merlichkin, but then makes the pass as we're on board with Luca Delago now in second place. Oh, Merlichkin loses an edge and goes down hard into that sidewall. Cameron Nas safely out in front, whatever safe happens to mean in this kind of racing. Luca Delago being chased hard now by Killian Brown. Killian's not going to have enough, and it's going to be Luca Delago coming in second place. Cameron, though, solid as ever, winning this one. And there, Merlichkin back up on his feet. A tough character as he hammered those sideboards, but he's okay by the looks of it, and he'll skate down on his own power. What a race, though. Unbelievable. Great heat by Killian Brown, who's looking super solid this year, but is anybody going to be able to be as dominant as Cameron Nas is? Great start by Cam, gets a nice lead there. Nice move by Luca Delago to slingshot around the outside of Merlichkin. Right there, just moves into that second position, and we see Merlichkin come down this hill. He just loses that one outside edge and goes hammering into the sideboard with some speed. So, Cameron Nas wins this one. It's going to be Luca Delago second place on the podium, and Killian Brown, his first podium of this season, in third place.
It was fine, you know, I skated well. I was lucky enough to not hit any of those holes, but yeah, it was a tough day for a lot of riders, and I wish it would have went smoothly for everyone like it did for me.
And here we see Cameron Nas, his first 500 points of the season, winning here in Prelude. And for the overall, Luca Delago top of the mark at the moment, with Killian Brown in second and Marco Delago in third. So the Brown bookends are up there. And right now, Cameron Nas is sitting in sixth place overall, but that's not going to last long if he keeps skating the way he has been.
In the women's field, all eyes were on the overall leader, Anaïs Moron.
The plan is always to give my best, and I can't do anything for the others. Like, I don't know if they will be better or not, but I will give 120%, and I hope it's enough.
But in the first round, two-time world champion Jacqueline Leger made a statement. She was ready to make up for her bad start in Austria.
It feels good. Been feeling really good this weekend, so made me a little nervous with the ice, but the fixes worked really well.
We have our women's final in the blocks, and this one is a first for Victoria Sinistrova. Amanda Trunzo and Jacqueline Leger are old hands at being in finals, and Anaïs Moran is starting to become one of those experienced finalists. She's looking very good this year. Wow, quick start by Amanda Trunzo, but she loses her footing a little bit, and Jacqueline Leger takes advantage of that, moving along on the inside line. Anaïs Moran sitting solidly in third place, and we're on board with her right now as we see way out in front Jacqueline Leger taking the safe line. Amanda Trunzo almost losing it there, and here comes Anaïs Moran trying to find a passing lane and get by Amanda Trunzo. It's going to be a tough one. Trunzo, those last few strides to the finish line. Oh my goodness, how close was that at the finish line? That's going to be photo finish. A clear win for Jacqueline Leger, who adds 500 points to her schedule this year, and it's a very close finish for second place. We're going to have to see what the official results say after that finish line photo is taken a look at, but man, was it ever close. What a battle between Amanda Trunzo and Anaïs Moran, but today belongs to that woman right there, Jacqueline Leger. Let's look back at this heat. Great start by Amanda, but she stumbles a little bit right there and loses momentum, giving an opportunity to Jacqueline to move out in front, and she just doesn't look back from that point.
When you have like a strong feeling that you're going to do good, there's almost like an added pressure if you don't, so I'm really happy I got the win for this one.
So Jacqueline Leger gets the win and 500 points here in Prelude, with Amanda Trunzo taking second place, and in third place, another podium for Anaïs Moran. So award ceremony, and there you see Jacqueline Legere takes the top of the podium after a 5th place in the previous event in Judenburg. Here in Prelude, she is the champion. Anaïs Morand is currently in charge of the overall standings. Amanda Trunzo right behind her, but Jacqueline Legere, by results here, has moved into 3rd place. So that's going to be a good race if it holds like that throughout the season.
Jacqueline was back in the game, and with 6 races to go, the championship was wide open.
Hey guys, just getting home from Europe. I had a super fun trip, got to see a lot of really cool things that I didn't expect that I'd get to do ever. I didn't do as good as I wanted to in Judenburg, but Prelude was an awesome race and came out on top, which puts me in a good spot in the standings. So I'm going to try to keep that momentum into this weekend for Monte Lac.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 3rd event of the Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship, the only event coming to you from the United States of America here at the resort of Monte Lac in Superior, Wisconsin.
Once again, weather had a big impact on the race. Heavy snowfall and strong winds challenged the ice crew to keep the track clear. But after dominating last season, Trunzo was having a disappointing winter so far and needed a win to kickstart her challenge for the title.
Yeah, it feels really good to only have to drive an hour and 45 minutes versus a 8-9 hour flight. It feels really good. It's a quick little hop for me, and I'm excited to have some home crowd advantage here.
Anaïs Morand sat out this race. Legere and Trunzo met again in the final.
Far left, Miriam Trepanier, all in red. And rounding out this foursome is Tamara Mavison on the far right-hand side of your screen. Women's final, here we go. Great start by Amanda Trunzo as she gets out to an early lead, but look at Miriam Trepanier right there with her, shoulder to shoulder. The arms are flying, looking for every advantage we can out there. And wow, there is no distinct lead at this point. Now it's Miriam Trepanier who has moved ahead. Can she hold on to that position? She's a great skater. Oh, Jacqueline Legere runs into the boards. She is out. That leaves the door wide open for Tamara Mavison in 3rd place. Miriam Trepanier loses her footing. Here comes Amanda Trunzo, so strong over that last jump. Oh, and she slides across the finish line a little bit out of control, but she's going to take this one down, and it's her first win of the season, with Miriam Trepanier leading that race more or less from top to just about the bottom, and it was a small stumble by Trepanier that lost her footing and reduced her speed. And Amanda Trunzo, the strong skater that she is, really took advantage of that opportunity and wins this one.
Yeah, she put it all on the line in that last corner. She really went for it, didn't speed check at all, knew she had to be super aggressive to make that pass on Trepanier, and she pulled it off at the end. Now Jacqueline starts to make a really nice move, loses an edge and goes into Trunzo. There we see at the end there, that pass, wow. Trunzo giving it everything right to the end and taking the win.
And that means in the World Championship standings, Amanda Trunzo moves into the top spot with a total score of 1,400 points. Jacqueline Legere and Anaïs Morand move down into 2nd and 3rd respectively, and it's looking good for our women in 2020.
Yeah, it means a lot. That was a big win here, kind of that mid-season-ish point, so I needed to get a win. Been in that 2nd place for the last couple of races, so to get it in front of the home crowd and a lot of friends and family here, it's super exciting and very humbling.
Living just 1.5 hours drive from Monte Lac, Cameron Nars was the crowd favourite, and after his win in France, the top contender for the win here. But his greatest rival, Canada's Kyle Croxall, was making his season debut at this event, and he didn't come for 2nd.
All right, it is the men's final in the gate at the top. You can see these gentlemen getting ready in this high wind, high pressure situation. Far right-hand side, you've got Kyle Croxall, a former world champion. Right next to him, Cameron Naas, the 3-time world champion. He wants a 4th. Next to him, Daniel Bergeson, who's been strong all day. And then finally, Dmitry Merlichkin, who is also showing signs of taking it to the next level. And our men's final is on course. Big battle already right out of the gate with Kyle Croxall and Cameron Naas looking to try and find some advantage here. Cameron Naas with a slight lead over Kyle Croxall. He's such a big body, though. Croxall looking to find the inside line. It looks like he's done it. Croxall's made the pass, but here comes Cameron Naas around the outside. The weight advantage coming across the finish line, and it looks like it's going to be Kyle Croxall with a great win. What a battle from top to bottom between Cameron Nas and Kyle Croxall, and finally somebody has slayed the dragon here. Kyle Croxall takes down Cameron Nas in the final, with Daniel Bergeson coming in third place and Dmitry Merlichkin rolling in fourth.
You know, I got a lot of respect for both those guys right there. They kept it clean the whole way, battled back and forth through the whole track. I mean, that was an incredible race. We don't see a lot of that guys challenging Nas like that. Great job to Kyle Croxall.
Protecting their lines, both of them doing a great job to get that inside line and try and find just that little bit of advantage, but it was Kyle Croxall at the end of the day who comes across that finish line with a fair first place.
That's amazing. It's how you want to start every season. It's how you want to win every race. But I was happy to do it here on my first one. Start off the season really well, same as last year. Just wanted to beat Cam here. He beat me at the last race last year for the overall championship. So I'm hoping it's my year and I can stay on top here.
Yeah, I mean, clearly off the start, Nas had the advantage, but Croxall was not giving him much. Now, when the issue came, Nas decided to make a really tight corner here and braked a lot, and that is what cost him the race, as Kyle took an outside move and beat him. Now it was just back and forth from here. Nas Croxall. You see the battling, bumping shoulders, clean racing, and I thought at this point Nas is going to make a move. But no, Croxall stayed on the inside and took this one.
And I have to make a correction here. It was actually Dmitry Merlichkin that came across in third, but what a great heat there.
Yeah, it was a crazy race, really tight. It's how you want it in the final. I mean, you want a good competition, but I chose the outside gate, so I didn't have as much clicking of the skates and a little bit of my own line. Cam got me one step out of the gate. I caught up at the first corner, luckily, and we were side by side pretty much the rest of the way. I just had the line down the windy part, so it worked out well for me, and I ended up with a win.
Yeah, I had a great gate start. I knew these guys were going to be pretty close on me, so I decided to hit the brakes in the U-turn and try to bunch them up a bit. And yeah, it backfired on me a little bit. I ended up losing a little bit of a lead, and then Kyle and I just had a good, clean race down to the bottom. It was really fun. If I'm going to lose to a guy, I want to lose to it like that. So yeah, overall happy with this result.
Dmitry Merlichkin's third place puts him in the top of the overall standings. Cameron Nas moves into second place. Luca Delago, Killian Brown, third and fourth. And you can see Kyle Croxall is down in seventh, but this was his first event of the season. So we'll see how the rest of the 2020 Ice Cross Downhill season goes.
The next race was the only ATSX 250 race of the season. In remote Percé, Canada, Cameron took home the full 250 points, with Kyle finishing third. Jacqueline Legere thrilled the Canadian fans with a win, while Trunzo ended up off the podium in fourth place.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lumpy, Finland, host of our fourth ATSX 500 event on this 2020 Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship season.
Nas sat out the next race in Finland, while Kyle Croxall made the trip across the Atlantic, looking for another win. But he still had to contend with longtime rivals, the Delago brothers.
Try and get on the podium every time. I always want to come out with a win, but at least get on the podium, get some points on this 500, and go into the two end races with a nice lead.
Kyle made the finals to face off with both brothers in that decisive heat.
For those of you that follow Ice Cross Downhill, you'll know there's no love lost between the Delago brothers and the Croxall brothers, but there's only one of them in the gate today. That's Kyle Croxall, whereas there are the two Delago brothers, both Luca and Marco are in there, and Robin Warling. Nice to see a different face up there in this final. Here we go. Another great start by all four of these guys. Luca Delago trying to find some line here with his brother. He gets pushed out to the side. Marco Delago out there in front, right behind him. Robin Warling in third place. Kyle Croxall, big guy. And you can see on that camera angle from Luca Delago, he's just hard to get by. There's so much person in front of you. On board now with Robin Warling, and that's what it looks like to race behind Marco Delago from time to time, or more often than not, I guess you could say. Marco looking very good here. And the last push to the finish line is going to be Marco Delago, Kyle Croxall, and in third place, Robin Warling. What a great final heat of the day. Marco Delago earning another 500 points.
First of all, when I saw the start pick order, I was really happy that with Robin Werding, there's a new guy in the final, and he's next to me, and I thought, that's tight, but that's better than Kyle beside me, so I could take the start. And yeah, from there I just was kind of afraid. I heard skating behind me. I went just as fast as I could, and it was enough, luckily.
Yeah, I had a third gate pick out of the start there. People bunched up, so I couldn't get back in front, which I wanted to do, and gained some speed at the end and almost had it, but just not quite enough.
There is our men's winner, Marco Delago. That's 2 wins on the season for him, and that's 1,000 points going into his bucket. And that means Marco is currently sitting in 4th place, believe it or not, with his brother Luca up on top. Cameron Nas still holding down 2nd, and Kyle Croxall solidly in 3rd place.
In the women's category, all 3 of the top riders made the trip to Finland, but only 2 reached the final.
Great start by Jacqueline Legere, who gets out front early. Oh my goodness! And Tam Mavison and Amanda Trunzo, the 2 Americans, get tangled up with each other and have to battle from behind.
I kind of had my line up there. Felt a little bit of a push after that first roller. Guess it wasn't enough for a DQ, but definitely not happy. But short-term memory and off to Japan.
Women's final in the block. The surprise here? None, actually. They're all fantastic skaters. Veronica Vindish, Miriam Trepanier, Jacqueline Legere, Anaïs Morin. Good start by Anaïs Morin. Once again, she's been so quick out of the gate. Jacqueline Legere sitting in 2nd place. Nice clean corner by Miriam Trepanier to move from 4th into 3rd place, just ahead of Austria's Veronica Vindish. Anaïs Morin, a little sketchy landing on that roller set, and Anaïs out in front. Jacqueline Legere not that far behind, and it looks like it's going to be Anaïs winning another one here. Jacqueline Legere pushing hard though to catch up to Anaïs. Whoa, what a pass on that straightaway over the rollers, and Jacqueline Legere has moved into 1st, just ahead of Anaïs Morin, and it's going to be Veronica Vindish coming across in 3rd place. A great podium for Veronica Vindish. Wow, what a battle there. Miriam Trepanier looking a bit dejected coming across the line in 4th, and what a fantastic push at the end by Jacqueline Legere to take the win here in Lumpy. A little bobble right there, but she was still safe. Anaïs Morin, she had a fantastic start once again. Jacqueline Legere never really let her get too far away, and it was just that little skull push over that one roller set, sucked them up nicely, and the last sprint to the finish line, a great win for Jacqueline, who extends her season lead, earning another 500-point win here in Lumpy.
I was super happy to make it to the final. There's a lot of good girls here, so to take the win feels amazing. It wasn't an easy race, and that's what makes it fun.
So there you see our podium for our women, with Jacqueline Legere winning this one, Anaïs Morin in 2nd place, and Veronica Vindish in 3rd, which means Jacqueline Legere still holds on to the top spot in the overall standings with 1,600 points. Amanda Trunzo right behind her with 1,575. Anaïs Morin in 3rd place in the overall with 1,350. So this 3-way battle will continue in Japan.
Okay, so Japan is the next race in the 2020 season for me. Last year was the first time I'd ever visited Asia. I had a great time. Settle down over there, man. I had a great time visiting Asia, and I got the win in the event, so that was huge. This is the first 1,000-point event for the 2020 season, and hopefully I can get that win, secure those points, and keep moving forward in the World Championship.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Yokohama, Japan for the first ATSX 1000 race of this Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship season 2019-2020.
The winner of this race would take home 1,000 points towards the World Championship title. So a good result here was crucial. Disappointment for Anaïs Morin, who lost ground in the title chase after being eliminated in the semi-final. But once again, Legere and Trunzo squared off in the final.
Will it be Jacqueline Legere, or with her incredibly fast starts, Maxi Plant, Amanda Trunzo? Justin Zona is the mystery mix. Let's see how this women's final will break down when we drop them. Here we go.
Riders, ready? 5 seconds warning.
Another good start by Maxi Plant. She takes the early hole shot. Jacqueline Leger and Amanda Trunzo more or less shoulder to shoulder, but it's Leger who sneaks into that second place spot. Maxi Plant out in front. Man, she is looking very good this year. Amanda Trunzo trying to find a line past Jacqueline Leger, who is holding strong in second place as they come through the AU Bank turn.
Jacqueline looks like she's going to make a late move here.
Yeah, but Amanda Trunzo so strong, trying to find the outside line. She may have it coming towards this bridge. Through that ice road over the bridge, Maxi Plant. Oh my goodness, Amanda goes down. That means Maxi Plant wins it. Jacqueline Leger gets second place. Amanda Trunzo, she'll be disappointed with third, but that's good points. But what an incredible race by Maxi Plant.
She's a disruptor.
Fully
wow.
Unexpected.
Out
fully
of
unexpected. Absolutely. That is an amazing start, and that was the difference maker for her.
Yeah, she was crushing it all day. You know, we even knew from qualifiers, just seeing her up that high, knew something was a little different, whether it was her confidence level or she trained more in the offseason. But either way, man, she dominated every heat throughout the night. And props to her.
And that is her first major win in ice cross downhill.
Yeah, I mean, really, this was just a battle on 2 and 3. Maxi had this from the start to the finish. Really impressive at the end here. Trunzo came on strong. Looked like she was going to make a clean pass, or she did make a pass on Jacqueline Leger, but then she got kind of foot-tied in those rollers there, and Jacqueline came in by a skate and took the second position.
I've been doing this for many years now. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, and I'm really happy to be here.
All right, so Maxi Plant has managed to win her first ever major. She'll take 1,000 points from this one, and you know she'll be celebrating this evening with all the other women.
It was quite the battle out there, and I'm super stoked for Maxi, and yeah, had a great time.
In the World Championship, Jacqueline Leger manages to increase her lead over Amanda Trunzo, but the American is still in striking distance. Anaïs Moron is all but out in the race for the overall title.
Yeah, you know, I kind of have to have a short-term memory. I have another race next weekend in Canada. It's been a lot of back-to-back weekends for me, so then I'll take some time to heal, give the body a rest, and give it my all the rest of the season.
Cameron won in Yokohama last year with Kyle in second. Marco Delago, however, has not had good results here, going out early again this time and dashing his hopes of a second World Championship. No win yet for brother Luca this season, but a consistent string of podium finishes had him in a strong position for the title. He needed another good finish in Japan to stake his claim, but faced strong competition in his semi-finals from Kyle and his younger brother Scott Croxall.
Jeez, how even was that? Luca trying to find a line. Scott right next to him. He slips in behind his brother Kyle, who's got the lead, into the BF Goodrich Toughness and Traction corner. Coming towards the Samurai corner now. Kyle Croxall out in front. Scott Croxall right with him. Luca Delago just snuck in at the AU Bank turn. Oh! I don't know if that was a push or if he just got...
That was a total push.
If he just got twisted out. So that could be Scott Croxall coming into this event saying, I got nothing to lose, and I'm going to take out one of my biggest rivals, and I bet you dollars to donuts there is going to be a protest by Luca Delago. It's already under review by the judge. Yeah, there's the button making it official.
Luca made a real clean pass on Scott, and as we see here, watch the hand on the hip. Clearly pushes him, takes him out. Dirty.
Too bad.
Yeah, it was a tight race. If you can see the replay, I was kind of giving my brother a speed burst there around those corners. The points are more important to him this year. I've kind of taken a step back in this sport. It was a soft call. I don't think it should have been a DQ, but that's the way the sport's going. It's softening up a little bit, so on to the next one.
So Kyle Croxall, he had a clean race from top to bottom. Stephen Cox got lucky, and he gets into a final.
In the final, Cameron and Kyle met again. Last year, the winner of Yokohama also took the overall title, so this one really counts.
Well, there you have it, our men's final with Cameron Nas, Kyle Croxall, Mirko Lahti, Stephen Cox. Men's final in the blocks. Here we go.
Riders, ready! 5 seconds, warning!
And Kyle Croxall again with that great start he's been working so hard on. Gets an early lead, but not by much, as Cameron Nas is right there with them, tangling up with each other. Oh, a little bit of stumbling, and Cameron Nas manages to lead through and get past Croxall, but it's Mirko Lahti out in front.
Mirko's down.
Mirko goes down. Cameron Nas takes over
Just
the lead.
chaos
He
on the
toe
track.
picks again, and it's absolute carnage out there.
Kyle's pushing hard here at the end.
A wide section of track could give an opportunity to Kyle Croxall to move through. Here comes Stephen Cox with could be his best result ever, and across the finish line. Oh my God!
That is a
Kyle
photo finish.
Croxall, that's definitely going to go to a photo finish, and we have a protest by Mirko Lahti. Holy smokes, folks, that was chaos from top to bottom, but it looked like Kyle Croxall got his feet across the line just ahead of Cameron Nas. Was that the case? Let's look at it again.
Right here it starts with Kyle and Nas getting into it with each other. Mirko really took advantage of this, but couldn't hold on. Wow.
And that's going to be a tough call for our judges to see if that actually was a foul push by Cameron Nas. Oh my God, how close was that?
It looks like Nas got it.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, I think so.
Now the question will be, is there a DQ in play here?
We've just been informed that the protest actually has been denied. So, you know, great job by Cameron Nas. He battled hard from top to bottom, and he was in it deep with Mirko Lahti and Kyle Croxall battling. There's two big boys that are pushing him hard.
Yeah, I was gassed. A lot of races tonight, and yeah, pumped I could pull it off against good friends and in a good heat.
Cameron Nas moves on top of the overall standings with Kyle Croxall just behind. The race for the Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship is still wide open.
Welcome to Canada, welcome to the province of Quebec, and welcome to the Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship. I'm your host, Troy Mannering, and today we bring you an ATSX 500 race from the beautiful ski area, Le Massif de Charlevoix, just outside historic Quebec City.
Another final, another meeting for Cameron and Kyle, but after a poor result in the time trials, the American didn't have his choice of start gate. Also in the final, Marco Delago, who desperately needed points after the frustration of Japan.
Cam Nas, Kyle Croxall, Marco Delago, John Fisher. Here we go. Good start this time by Kyle Croxall. Looks like he might get the lead as he tries to pinch off Marco Delago. There's been a lot of drama between the Croxalls and the Delagos, and this time Kyle's out in front with Marco Delago in second place. Cam Nas sitting back there in fourth with a very tough guy to pass, John Fisher, and Marco Delago loses a little bit of an edge there, giving Fisher the chance to try and play catch-up. Fisher, very good over the Awesome Apparel hip jump. Kyle Croxall out in front, Marco Delago right behind him. Oh, Marco Delago makes an unbelievable pass around the side, and oh, Kyle Croxall will get those feet across the finish line.
Battle for position. I didn't fucking.
Yeah, with your hands, buddy.
Whatever.
What a stupid that.
Coming into the finish, let's watch this here. Yeah, it looked like that was just kind of a back and forth. I don't think there really anybody's at fault there. It looked like Kyle blocked Marco a little bit, Marco blocked Kyle a little bit. Combination, just a hard-fought battle between both of them, and a solid win for Kyle Croxall.
I've seen that guy hit people from behind and do so many things here and there in every race, so I was ready for him to come, and I was expecting him to either push me or pull me, so we battled for position, which you're allowed to do, and I got out front.
Kyle can say whatever he wants. He pulled me back. It was my win. He took it away. And again, a Croxall guy does something stupid. That's all I can say about this. It's just, yeah, I don't know.
Wow, them's fighting words right there. I mean, Marco Delago clearly upset with the way that one went down. But we'll see when we do finally see the overall standings. And there you see Kyle Croxall with the 500 points, Marco Delago 450, John Fisher with the 400, Cameron Nass with 350. So I do believe they will be tied for the overall titles points. That's going to make it really interesting in Russia. And your winner from Canada, cashing in on 500 points and tying himself for the overall lead in the standings, Kyle Croxall.
Kyle Croxall and Cameron Nass tie in the overall standings going into the final chapter of the season. Luca Delago is officially out of the race for the 2019-2020 Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship. With another elimination in the semi-final, Anaïs Moron was out of the title chase. It was now a straight fight between Leger and Trunzo in the final alongside Yokohama winner Canada's Maxi Plant.
Amanda Trunzo, Jacqueline Leger, the reigning and former world champions. Maxi Plant, she's not in the mix for a world championship title this year, but as we said, she could play spoiler, and Dominique Lefebvre, who has been a very surprising addition to this final. It is, by the way, her first ever final in ice cross. And here we go. They are out on course, and once again, Maxi Plant with a good start. Takes a bit of an early cruise and allows Amanda Trunzo to carve around that corner at the double diamond chicane into first place. And now she's got her work cut out for her if she wants to catch up with Amanda Trunzo, who's a very, very good skater. And you can see how choppy that is through that corner there.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for everybody to catch up. Trunzo is just off to the races right now, but Maxi could do some drafting at the end here and make a final push.
Here comes Jacqueline Leger trying to find a line to get those points. Those are necessary points for her. Oh my goodness, very close at the finish line. And I think Amanda knows that she won it, but it could be photo finish with Maxi pushing hard to try and get those skates across the finish line just before Amanda.
Watch right here, Maxi has a little bit ahead. Now she could have eased over and possibly pinched off Trunzo right here, but she did not do that. And it was a close finish, but just not enough.
Super close, but another podium for Maxi Plant. Another top position for Amanda Trunzo. And of course, we're going to have some good points going for her into the Russian events.
I needed that here, ending the season. Needed some points back. A little inconsistent on the gate start, so felt good to have some good ones here.
So Amanda Trunzo takes away the 500 points. Maxi Plant 450, Jacqueline Leger 400. And Maxi Plant, as I did say, is a bit of a spoiler here, taking away a possible 450 that would have gone to Jacqueline Leger. In first place, the reigning women's world champion, and on her way to perhaps taking another one. She's got a long battle on her way, Amanda Trunzo.
Jacqueline Leger remains at top of the standings, but with only 125 points separating Amanda Trunzo. The battle for the championship is still wide open. With another great result, Maxi Plant again climbs up in the standings.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship and the final ATSX 500 stop of this season at the ski resort here in Agoura, Russia. This event has been postponed twice already this season because of warm weather conditions. The usually planned daytime event was delayed till late at night so the temperatures could drop below zero. But it looks like we're finally going to get down to 500 racing here just before we get ready for the ATSX 1000 in Moscow.
Both Kyle and Cameron skipped the race in Russia to prepare for the big final in Moscow.
All right, back to the top of our race course. There you see Levi Nakari. That's Luca Delago. There's Jim DePauli. And right in there with them, it is Marco Delago. This should be a really, really intense race. The Delago boys in the middle, right-hand side of your screen from Switzerland. Jim DePauli, left-hand side of your screen from Finland. Levi Nakari, who has been absolutely great here today. It seems like this event has been a breakout event for him. He's been solid all season long with the juniors, but he's never really battled this well with the men. Again, a nice start by Jim DePauli, getting out to a quick lead, but Marco Delago right there, trying to cut him off into that first corner. Marco gets a bit too hard on the brakes, loses an edge and goes down, and now we're on board with Luca Delago, who is sitting right behind Jim DePauli. Levi Nakari sitting back in third place, and here comes Marco Delago. That never give up attitude from the two brothers is showing strong, with Marco sitting back in fourth place. DePauli goes hard down. Oh my goodness, he slips just at the finish line, and he left it open for Luca Delago to come across in first place, and he's won himself another 500 event. Levi Nakari is going to take second place here in the event. A fantastic result in the men's division for him, and a very disappointed Jim DePauli came across in third place. Oh my goodness, what a result, with Jim DePauli leading that race from top almost to the bottom, and it was just a small toe pick by DePauli at the finish line that left it wide open for Luca Delago.
I really gave everything. I closed the inside on the last corner to make sure that nobody would jump. And this made me jump a little bit too far outside on the track, and sadly I put my foot where I should not have. So I lost my balance there.
Marco Delago clearly happy for his younger brother Luca, and I got to make a correction here. Jim DePauli managed to slide across with his feet just ahead of Levi Nakari, so he will take, in fact, second in this event. Still, a great result by the junior racer Nakari, coming in third place here, and it's official. Delago takes 500 points home, Jim DePauli 450, Levi Nakari 400, and that is a big deal for Luca heading towards the Moscow event and the big final for the season.
Yeah, this was really important for me, because now I think if I win Moscow and Kyle or Cameron finish fourth or worse, I could win the championship. I think, I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, this was the best I could do, the most I could do, so I'm really happy with that.
And that means it's going to be a big battle coming into Moscow, Russia. For the men, it was a great win by Luca Delago, who bided his time in second place throughout the entire race here and managed to just get past Jim DePauli at the finish line. In the men's overall standings, Cameron Nass and Kyle Croxall still tied for top spot, but Luca Delago has now moved up in the ranking because Cam and Kyle were not here in Agoura.
Jacqueline and Amanda also decided to skip the trip to Agoura, so a good chance for Anais to close the gap to the leaders and score a morale-boosting win.
Wow, great start by Veronica Vindish, who got out like a shot. Justine Zona right there with her. Sinistrosova goes down in a heap over the rollers and has to struggle from behind as the rest are going the opposite direction around the 180. Oh, Veronica Vindish catches a hole in the ice and leaves the gate wide open for Anais Moran, and Justine Zona out in front now, 1 and 2, and there's a huge gap between 2 and 3. It's a never give up attitude, but all these two ladies have to do is come across that finish line on their skates, and they are going to be victorious. Anais Moran wins yet another one and puts 500 points in the bank. Justine Zona, a great result for her as well, coming in second place. And right here, Sinistrosova had a lot of problems. She just didn't have the control over the rollers there, but she didn't give up. She got back up and back on her skates and managed to take third place.
Actually, I don't really know. Suddenly my leg wasn't there anymore where it's supposed to be. There were some ruts on the ice, and I think I just stepped into one, which was, I didn't take care enough.
Yeah, and that was a bit of an unfortunate situation for Veronica Vindish because she's been very good this season. So she gets fourth place, but there you have your top 3 women here in Agoura. Victoria Sinistrosova, Justine Zona, and that woman right there from Switzerland, Anais Moran. So here we have the official results with the points. Anais taking 500, Justine 450, and Victoria 400.
Right now I don't really realize because it was such a weird day. We almost didn't sleep at night. It was really a special day for everyone. Organizer did the best, but like now it's hard to realize I won, but I will, and I will be very happy.
Switzerland's Anais Moran wins another one, getting 500 points for her efforts here in Agoura, Russia. Justine Zona from Latvia takes the 450 for second place, and Victoria Sinistrosova from Russia does well in her home country, winning 400 points. So in the overall standings, Jacqueline Leger and Amanda Trunzo, who were not present at this race, still holding down first and second place respectively. But Anaïs Morand is now back in the running, catching up with the leading women, and that means it's going to be a big battle coming into Moscow, Russia.
The season finale was scheduled for Moscow 2 weeks on. However, in light of global health concerns and subsequent travel restrictions, the decision was taken to cancel the event, and the overall standings remained as they were after Agoura. In the men's category, it was a thrilling season ending with 2 riders tied on points. But at the end, it was the win at the big 1,000-point race in Yokohama, Japan that decided the world champion.
All right, so I just got a phone call from the sport director. It looks like the event in Moscow has been canceled due to everything that's going on in the world. I don't know how to feel about it. It would have been sweet for Kyle and I to go into this last race tied for points, but it is what it is, I guess. It's what needs to be done. So yeah, we're tied in points, and the tie break goes to me. So it looks like I'm the 2019-2020 world champion. I get to add another trophy to the collection, and even though it's not the way I wanted it to end, I'm happy with how I raced this year. Made every single final of every event that I was in, and yeah, I'm pretty stoked either way.
We have a new women's world champion, the first woman to win 3 titles in the history of the sport.
Pretty bummed because I'd love to battle it out and have the world championship finale, but it's safer to choose to cancel it, and I hope that everyone's safe at home. Since I was in the lead in the season after Agoura, I came out with the world championship, so I'm super stoked on that, and I'm stoked on how the season went, and I felt like I had a pretty good season. So, you know, we battle all season, and that's what it came down to, so super stoked.
And the champion and her challengers alike are already preparing for the start of the 2020-2021 Red Bull Ice Cross World Championship.